The laws of supply and demand are never so stark as in Gibraltar's property market. Limited land and a growing population is the perfect formula for high prices. The average cost of a three-bedroom family house is currently a staggering £600,000. But there's another activity that's helping to fuel those rises, and that is trading in property. The Minister for Justice, Trade and Industry is preparing legislation aimed at those who generate wealth by buying and selling multiple properties.
It is trading income, and we set out to clarify the law to allow such behaviour to be taxed without costly enforcement action. This is why we will set the threshold for tax at the ownership of 3 or more properties other than a primary residence or other exempted property. We do not seek to tax those who have a small number of properties, but instead those who effectively have a property trade and are generating substantial wealth from this. Families buying a home are also competing against wealthy speculators, which drives up property prices. We are taking action against investors who treat our property market like a stock market, and we will not hesitate to introduce further measures if necessary.
Another measure the Minister introduced was a change in the carried forward loss regime in the financial services and gaming sector to prevent the erosion of taxable profits. Nigel Feetham said full-time students in part-time employment will now have to pay tax and social insurance on earnings above £11,450 because the current exemptions have been abused by some.
A full-time student earning income outside the vacation periods from their part-time employment did not pay tax. We are not proposing to tax students. Unfortunately, this generous measure designed to sustain and support our youth as the caretaker generation for our future has been abused. Madam Speaker, this is absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful, but true. For this reason, we will be tightening the conditions for this exemption. We need to stamp out this abuse and prevent others seeking to exploit meaningful measures for their own selfish benefit.
On the new 15% corporate tax rate, Mr Feetham said he didn't believe this would be a driver for firms to leave the jurisdiction. This is the OECD minimum corporate tax rate, and many of the larger gaming companies already pay this at group level. He said 15% strikes the right balance between a competitively low rate and allowing Gibraltar to continue being an attractive destination for business. And Mr Feetham declared the travel insurance introduced earlier this year for elderly citizens a success, with over 2,800 registering for the scheme.